Alrighty, guys, welcome. This is your host, ID Jester. What's going on out there? How you doing today? Happy President's Day, and we got a day off from work, so we're gonna enjoy it. We're gonna have a good time. The wife has gone down to visit a friend down in Fort Myers, so I've got the whole afternoon. So I've been looking at APBA baseball. I've been looking around. I was looking at actually National Pastime Baseball. So yeah, there's going to be a little bit of an intro here. So just deal with it, I guess. If you want to fast forward, if you're watching this earlier, go ahead. But I'm going to give you my general thoughts and opinions. So I know recently our communities, for some reason, all of a sudden decided to get into APBA baseball, and I was looking at it, and you can get into the APBA Go online and get to play some games and have some fun with that. And but for me, when I look at APBA, it just seemed a little, just a little generic. But that is good in a sense that the less rules and the less charts and less everything makes the game play faster. You can play a game probably in 20 minutes because you're just rolling the dice, looking up the results, checking the chart, boom, you're done, right? So very quick, very fast. But I like my baseball sims with a little bit more to it. I like the lefty righty splits, matchups, which APBA doesn't have, from what I can tell, anyways. I'm not an APBA expert, especially set up playing as an exhibition or having you doing this as the background. I can't hear you. I'm at work. Sorry, that's job. That's all right. No problem. Clinton Parks, thanks for coming by. So, anyways, yeah. Thanks for coming by, Clinton. Good to see you, my friend. So, as I was saying, I was looking at APBA baseball, and I thought, well, I know that National Pastime Baseball has got a little bit more rules to it, so I thought, well, maybe I would look into that. And I happened to come across something that I haven't seen on anyone's channels so far, or haven't played anything. So I thought I would at least let you guys know about this information, and then you can do with it whatever you want. So if you go to www.ntlpt.com, you can see there's a game called National Pastime Next Generation Plus. And they add a lot of cool stuff to the old National Pastime slash APBA rules. They it go into a lot more detail than just the regular APBA or the regular National Pastime. They have quite a few different seasons. You can download a lot of stuff that gives you a good information here on how to play the game. They give you some examples and talking about, yeah, lefty righty matchups, which, is kind of important for me. I mean, baseball game doesn't necessarily have to have it, but if it does have it, then it gives me a plus because I'm thinking, okay, well, they've spent the time and effort into actually creating lefty righty matchups, and that way pitchers that are better against certain hands, certain batter types, they get some kind of advantage and stuff like that. So, anyways, lots of detailed information. You can do all kinds of different things, just like regular baseball can, right? So, and then of course the player card to give you an example. And you can see here actually on Warren Spahn from the 1959 Milwaukee uh, bucket haulers, I'm assuming. You can actually see on the pitcher's card there's a lefty and a righty matchup split. Now, if you don't want to play with the lefty righty matchup split, they have actually gone out and created a combination card for each of the pitchers as well. So that's super cool. Baseball demos. Hey, this game looks promising. Yes, if a baseball game doesn't factor lefty righty splits, it's not a real baseball game. In my never to be humble opinion, pronounced Spawn. Okay, Warren Spawn, sorry. Thank you, Mr. Baseball Demos. Yeah, so I was just giving everyone I haven't seen this on anybody's channels yet. National Pastime Next Generation. And what I was saying is, I know Baseball Demos just arrived, so I kind of synapse what I just talked about. I was looking at APBA because for some reason everyone in our community is hot on this APBA all of a sudden. But for me, APBA just seemed a little generic, no lefty righty splits. And again, there's nothing wrong with that because less rules, uh, quicker gameplay, less charts, less lookup, less dice rolls, faster play. You can get a game done in 15, 20 minutes. Boom, you're done. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. Don't get me wrong. But for me, I like that a little bit more in depth. And so when I came across National Pastime 3, and I was looking at that, I came across this site, and I'm like, okay, let's see what this does differently. And as I talked about, some of the things they've done is they've added lefty-righty matchups in. Uh, they've added a lot of variations to the different play charts. They give you good examples on how to play, and kind of understand the format. And not only that, but you can download all of this stuff for free. Yeah, that's right, free, my friends out there. So I would highly recommend you guys take a look at this. It's NPNG Plus, and if you go to the miscellaneous section, you can see you can get the game boards, and the game boards basically is their charts. So just think of them as the charts, miscellaneous charts. How to play, game info, blah blah blah, and of course they have tons and tons of different seasons for you to download and play for free. All you have to do is print it out. And then, as I talked about, if you don't want to play with the lefty righty splits on the cards, you can use just a combined. If you don't want to go through the extra effort, but you like the system, but you don't want to actually worry about the lefty righty matchups and you just want to play, they've actually got a lot of the seasons already converted over into just a combined pitcher rating, so you won't have to worry about that lefty-righty split. Baseball demos. If it's free, it's for me, and I'll take 3 of them. Absolutely. So yeah, if you don't want to play with the lefty-righty and you just want to play normal, they actually go in and they give ratings for all of the pitchers with the their combined lefty righty matchup, just as one thing, which is super cool. So like again, if you're like, that's just too complicated, it slows down the game, or whatever your reason is, yeah, you could do that. Also, stamina ratings. They also have an optional fielding distribution chart, which they've gone through and started putting through some of their old seasons here. And basically what this does is uh, it will allow, instead of every fly ball going to center field, which is a lot of the results of deep fly ball to center field or whatever, you use this and it'll convert it into a so it gives a more variety than just pop fly to center field, pop fly to center field, pop fly to center field. It'll kind of distribute it out a little bit more, from what I understand. Again, I'm not an expert at this game. I just came across it, so whatever. And then they've taken and added park factors into the system. So a lot of the results will actually come off. Not a lot of the results. Some of the results will actually come in. The park factor will come into play. We're playing the 1989 game. So if we look at the 1989 season, we are actually playing in Montreal. So it has a PF value of 3. So on a result, if a PF3 comes up, then the stadium will alter the results. Well, I'll just have to, I'm going to write that down on my sheet. It's a PF3 for the park factor 3. So each season has their own ballpark effects that will come into play as well. So that's one thing. They have lineup sheets for you if you wanted to create your own season replay or whatever. In 1989 season, you can see we can download, and all the different teams. They'll have your typical lineup, and then your starting pitchers, and then your relief pitchers, bench players, etc., etc., etc. So that's super cool as well. A lot of effort and work has gone into this system. I'll tell you that, guys. I will tell you that. This is another cool thing. So One of the downsides for me, one of the big downsides for me for APBA or National Pastime is the fact that you don't, as the manager of your team, get to call when your players steal bases, which to me, oh man, that's kind of just a bummer. I want to be able to call when my guys steal, whenever I want to, right? So what they've done is they've actually added this in now. So they have the new manager called stealing base. Now you can see not every season has been converted over to this yet because what they have to do is they have to actually go in and they have to rate every single player on their stolen base index and their pitcher hold and the catcher's arm because all three of these will now come into play when you choose to steal with one of your players. So if we look at, say, Ken Griffey Sr. here, he's got a stolen base index of 31. And then let's say that he's facing off against a pitcher. I'll give you a pitcher here. Frank DiPono. DiPono is a -3, so you're going to subtract 3 from your base stealing option of 31, which of course is not 28. We know that, right? It's going to be 23 actually, because there is no 30, 29, or 28 on two six-sided dice. So if you would subtract 3, it's going to go down to 26, 25, and 24. So it's going to be a 24 for a stolen base, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, what I'm just showing you is you can actually now call your own base stealing. Again, not every season has been converted. You got the 2018, 17, the 86, the 81, the 74, the 73, 72, 65, 62, and the 1899 circuit. Now, whew, DiPino, sorry, Mr. Baseball Demos over there knows everything. Thank you for clarifying that. I appreciate that. That's why I don't care for the strategy rule on inside pitch. I like to make my own steal choices, says Baseball Demos. Yes, I agree with that. I understand when you're creating a game, you're like, well, I don't, if I give this guy a really high steal rating because he's really good, then every time he gets on base, he's going to steal, right? So you have to, there's kind of a give and take because it'll alter your replay results because if my guys say a 1 to 18 on a 20-sided dice to steal, every time I'm going to steal, right? So there's ways to prevent that with the hold rating on the pitcher and stuff like that or whatever. But I like to be able to call my own steals as well, but I like to keep it as realistic as possible. So anyways, they also have this, and I have not looked at this, but the board readers you can actually convert into Excel and then bring your season files into Excel. And I don't know if you can play the game on the Excel, which is a possibility. I'll have to look at that. I didn't really, and again, you can see quite a few of the board reader files. And then you import your seasons into Excel, and then I'm assuming you can play the game through the Excel spreadsheet is how everything works there. Again, there's instructions, there's a video on it and everything on how to set it up and how to play it. Again, not all the seasons are converted into the board readers at this point, but there are quite a few seasons. I know that Baseball Demos is doing 1977 season. So there is the 1977 season for him if he was interested in playing a few games with National Pastime Plus here, or National Pastime Next Generation Plus, NPNG Plus. Again, all this is free for you guys out there. You don't have to pay $16, $20, $24 for a season file. Just have to print them out and you're ready to go if you like the system. Again, all this is because I looked at APA, APBA. I actually ordered APA when I lived in Ohio. I ordered a couple season files. I tried it out. Just wasn't for me just because it was roll the dice, look at a number and see the result. Roll the dice, you didn't have the option of lefty righty. You didn't have the option for, oh, I want this guy to steal. Now I'm down a run, nobody out here in the top of the ninth. I want to steal, but oh no, no, you can't do that because you didn't roll the right number. What? Are you kidding me? No, 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 no. Now I know National Pastime has got some options for manager or called steals or whatever, so um, I guess this National Pastime Next Generation is more based upon obviously National Pastime than APBA. But so that's my kind of my long introduction to how to play and bringing this info. I haven't seen anybody play this though, so we're gonna play it. We're gonna be playing it on my channel first here, and hopefully you guys will go, this isn't bad. Again, for free. They do have quite a few seasons, but not obviously every season in baseball history. But they go all the way back to 1880 or 1899, which will make Beatles eternally jizz his pants there. Oh my God, I can't wait to hear from him. He'll be like, 1908. He'll be having a heart attack on himself. All right. So, anyways, all the way up to, of course, present day time. So, with all that said, we're going to be trying a game. We're going to give it a whirl, and we'll just look at the cards. And I'm not sure how close they are to real APBA or National Pastime cards. They might be, the look and everything is very similar. But so if you look at the player card up at the top, it shows left or right, their height, weight, blah blah blah, their name, and then their actual real life statistics. So he had 187 at bats, hit 8 home runs, 4 stolen base. He got caught 3 times. Here's his batting average and blah blah blah, all that stuff. So then you're rated. Each player's rated on their run rating, which is either uh, good, which is G, normal, which is N, or P, which is poor. Those will come into play sometimes. Then you have the different positions they played. So this case, Randy Reddy is left fielder. He was a 45, and that is his error chance, 45. And then R1 is going to be your range. And then if you are an outfielder, you will also get an assist value, which is an A2. So again, maybe APBA has this, maybe National Pastime has it, but I thought I would explain that because I don't know, because I've never played these very well. The website again, if we look at the website, is going to be, let's see here. Let's bring that up. All right, here we go. It is www.ntlpt.com. And like I said, they give you a nice introduction on the system and the new things that just came out. You can see that the 1899 season with the board reader just came out. So that's active working on this. It's not like it's been 2 years since it's been updated, right? And then the 2018 for both leagues and the card and board readers are available. Download them for free at the NPNG Plus miscellaneous section of the website. Again, information about the game, blah, blah, blah. Information on the different player cards, what they mean, how to play. Everything's pretty well spelled out. Summaries of the different seasons they have. And then, of course, more information about the actual system. And then, of course, all your downloads. So you guys are going to be downloading definitely the main game boards, the miscellaneous charts, the optional conversion chart. Now this is kind of interesting. What they've done is they've taken the 2d6 and they converted it into a percentile roll. So if you don't want to play with the 2d6, you can use it with percentiles. And you roll your percentiles and just look. If I roll, say, a 81, that's going to be a 55, right? So so instead of a 2d6, you could play with percentiles if you wanted to for whatever reason. I mean, that's kind of cool that they, did that. So that's cool. And then, of course, download the game info and the how to play. And then, of course, download your season file and you're ready to go. Again, if you don't want to play with lefty-righty matchups, you want to just get your pitcher combined total ratings there. You want to download the park factors and that's it. You're ready to go. That's what I did. So we're going to be playing a game. We're going to try it out. So you can see if I actually go into my here we are. I'll show you what they kind of done here. Here is some. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! It's Beatles eternally. Oh my gosh! He's gonna be wetting his pants here when he sees this information that I'm sharing with him today. National Pastime Next Generation Plus, my friend. And they've got, yes, they've got just for you. Ready for this? Now, don't get too excited. 1899 season. Oh, schmoly. They got the 1899 season. Oh, Beatles. Beatles wants to live back when everyone lived in outhouses and enjoy the before the modern times, I guess. I'll be replying to your video message, Mr. Beatles Eternally. Oh, I'll be replying. You have no doubt to that. If you guys are unaware, Beatles Eternally has now challenged the awesomeness of ID Jester, and now I've got to put him in his place once again so I can shut him up. That would be nice, so we don't have to listen to him belly aching about the 1800s again. Oh my God. Anyways, National Pastime Next Generation, NTLPT.com. All right, so basically, you see what they've done is they've taken the charts that APBA used, National Pastime, and they've added things to them. So you can see here, 8 normally is just a single, right? But in some cases now, it can be a line out. And you can, you're going to roll on the, see if the lefty righty split comes into play. There's error chances. You have ballpark effects. You have K results for the different pitchers. Etc. You have walk ratings for the different pitchers. I think they just took the basic charts and just expanded upon them. Kind of just added more to it. So let's get going. Let's try this out, right? So again, not going to be an expert at this game. I read through. I their examples. We did all that stuff. Blah 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 blah. We'll kind of go through things a little bit quicker, but I think once you know what the different numbers are, again, just like regular APBA, guys that play that all the time, they know what a 6 is, they know what a 23 is, they know what a 35 is, and they can look at a player card and they can go, oh, a 6 is a whatever. 6, what is a 6? 6 is a double to right center field. So there you go. Wait, this is free, says Beatles Eternally. No, it's not free for you. It's free for the rest of us, though. This is free. Yeah, so they added, if you would show up on time, Beatles Eternally, I don't know, maybe your little wheel dial at home isn't working, but if you could buy a watch or something and show up on time. Yes, this is all free. They've added lefty righty splits to the system. And they added ballpark effects. They added all kinds of really important things to actually make a game, a baseball game, right? So let's get going. You'll see how it plays as we go. So of course, we have our 2 6-sided dice. You will only ever roll most results. You'll get off of 1. Sometimes you'll have to roll 2. And there are 2 exceptions that where you'll bite me, says Beatles. I love Beatles. I do. I think he's great. You should check out his channel. He gives me a lot of props. He gives me a lot of love. But we see differently on a few things, and so we like to tease one another. But he's still a great guy, great channel, great member of the community. Although he is totally chicken poop and won't come on and do a live stream because he knows he knows better, I guess. He's afraid. I think he's afraid. So everyone loves Beatles Eternally, says Baseball Demo. All right. All right, so here we go. We got a game going here from this game. I just happened to randomly roll on my little. I got a little Excel sheet I use to randomly determine a game. And fortunately for me, I have it, so we'll go anything back previous to like 1970. Uh, so anything before like 1970, it breaks the thing if I try to roll something that far back. So fortunately for me, it rolled a game from 1989. This would have been Friday, June 9th, and it's going to be the Philadelphia Phillies going to the Montreal Expos. So this is a game that happened June 9th, 1989. I think Beatles Eternally was still in the crib back then. But yeah, so we're going to be playing this game. It's going to be in Montreal. The attendance is 15,791. It was a day game, and it was on turf. So, all right. So let's see how things go. Again, I don't know. Not an expert. I might have to look at things, but it's pretty self-explanatory. You're going to roll 2 dice. You're going to add these numbers together, or not add them together, but you're going to combine them. So this is a 4-3. You look at the 4-3 column, and you look at the first number. If it's a 29, you look at the 29 for the certain situation. There are 8 different baseball situations. There are nobody on, runner at first, runner at second, runner at third, runner at first and third, runner at first and second. Bases loaded. So depending on your um, uh, what do you want to call it? Your situation. Then you look on the chart for that number. So this 4-3 would be a 29. If you roll a H, H means hit in this game. So on a hit, you're then going to roll the dice again, and you're going to look at the second column to see what kind of hit it was. And that's pretty much as simple as it goes. So let's do this now. All righty. Let's just check out. It's hot here today. I'm actually sweating. That's why I don't have my camera on, because I'm afraid you guys would make fun of me because I'm sweating. The house is currently 78 degrees. And since the wife's gone, I don't have to turn on the damn air conditioning. So I'm not turning on the damn air conditioning. Here's your starting lineups for your Philadelphia Phillies. And I'm going to mispronounce every single one of these because I know how much that gets under the skin of Clinton Parks, Dave from Baseball Demos, and Beatles Eternally. Reedy. Randy Reedy at third base. Tom Herr, second base. Vaughn Hayes, first base. John Kruk, the Krukmeister, left field. Juan Samuel that's center field. Dwayne Murphy in right field. Dickie Thrawn, shortstop. Darren Dalton is the catcher. Floyd Yeomans. He's a yeoman. He's a worker. That's a Beatles term, a yeoman. Floyd Yeomans is pitching for your Philadelphia Phillies for the Montreal Expos. Home team, Dave Martinez in center field. Tom Foley at second base. Andres Galarraga at first. Tim Raines in left field. Hubie Brooks at right field. Tim Wallach at third base. We got, who's this guy? Marty Reevy is the catcher. Spike Owen is the shortstop. And El Presidente, Dennis Martinez pitching for the Expos. I'm going to keep score here on my little sheet so it's not taking up a bunch of space. And we're getting things ready to roll here into the game. Now we've gone a half an hour, but I think it was worth the intro to give people. I've not seen this on anybody's channel yet. If you've played this game, let me know in the comments section below. All right, Randy Reedy and Al Presidente going at it mano a mano. We have us a 51. So we look at 51, that is a 14, right? So we pull over a little charts. We go to bases empty. We go to 14. 14 says base on balls, unless the pitcher is a Z3 or Z4, then it's just two balls. So let's look at Al Presidente. He has going up against a right-hander, so lefty-righty switch already coming into play as Z3. He is a Z3. So a Z3 or Z4 is two balls. So instead of the walk, Martinez gets two balls against Reedy, and we roll again. So that's good right off the bat that we see that. Lefty-righty matchup coming into play already. So this is a 2-2. That is going to be a hit off of Randy Reedy's card. That is an H, stands for hit. So now we're going to roll again and look at the second column. And the second column is boom, 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 a 21, which is an 11C. So we got to go to 11C. It's going to be a single left field. But there is a, but, well, let's bring this over so I can actually read it. There we go. So 11C is a single to left field, but then there is a throw out stealing second on the third pitch of the next bat. I don't have the, I'm not using rate in this game because it's a learning game. Okay, we talked about this. If you're just joining us, thank you for coming. But they do have, if you go under the miscellaneous section here, they have converted a lot of the seasons where now you can actually call your own managerial base calling, and you could download the file. Notice they do not have the 1989 season converted yet, so we don't have any statistics for this yet. So I'm not using my own managerial call base stealing. You can see there are a few seasons, not a lot, but a few of them they've converted over. And again, if you're just joining us, basically what they've had to do is go in and rate every single player on their stolen base and their pitcher hold and their catcher arm rating, which will then allow you to do your own base stealing and not have to worry about this. So it's going to be a single by Randy Reedy, and then he is thrown out trying to steal against the next batter. All righty. Tribe fan says, spoiler alert, I tried a new camera angle from my full game, which is in two parts. It took so long. Might not look good, but I tried. Oh, check out that Tribe Fan 879. Guys, check out his channel and watch his videos. He's doing a great job there. It's not uploaded yet. It's still working. Okay, 50 more minutes. All right, so we got one out. And coming up to plate is Tom Herr, second baseman, against Al Presidente. That is a 15. 15 is a 10. 10 is a single to center. So Tom Herr gets a single. So now we're moving over to, again, I'm just going to show you a few of these so you can kind of understand. So just look at 10, right? It's a single to center. Pretty self-explanatory on that one. Not too hard. But now what we have to do is we actually have to go to the runner on first charts because obviously we have a runner on first, right? All right, so that's Tom Herr. And Vaughn, 5-for-1 Hayes against Al Presidente. Al Presidente has not scored, registered an out yet. He did get an out on a caught stealing, but batters are 2-for-2 against Al Presidente. That's a 26. That is a 44 with runners on first base. Hit by pitch, batter takes first. Runner moves to second unless Al Presidente has a hit by pitch of 0. So again, 26 is a 44. So 44, hit by pitch, batter takes first, runner moves to second. If the pitcher has an HP of 0 and only a 0, out at first, runner to second. Unfortunately, for Dennis Martinez, you can see over here in their little quadrant over here. Here's the lefty-righty matchup, and then they have the wild pitch, the hit by pitch, and the bulk ratings. He is a dash, so he does not have that. So he plunks Hayes. Hit by pitch. Going to second is going to be Vaughn Hayes, and that brings up John Kruk with 2 on. So now we've got to go to the runners on first and second chart, which is way down here. All right, so runners at first and second. Dennis Martinez, a little bit of trouble here in the first inning against John Krucker. And that is a 13. So 13 is a 14. 14 base on balls unless Z2 or Z4. So he is a lefty. He is a Z2. So versus lefties is a Z2, so it's just 2 balls. So, shoo, almost walked another one. Martinez, wild, throwing wild here. Crucky gets another shot at it. 63 is going to be a 31. 31. All right, let's scroll to 31 here. 31, fly out, runners hold. If you have a G runner on second or third, I'm sorry, G runner on second moves to third. So it's going to be a fly ball to center by Kruk. We need to look at Tom Hearns. Tom Hearns is a normal runner, so he is not a good runner. If he was a good runner, he would have moved on the pop-up. I like that. Very nice. So far, I like this. Very nice. There's a little bit of depth to this game, actually. Quentin Parks has got some of his stuff up. If you go to the Digital Diamond on Delphi, his project is going slow, but pretty good. You can check out his box scores and the mini read of Quentin Parks' project. Mammoth project. All right, so that is Kruk. Juan Samuel. Sammy's up. Sammy versus El Presidente. 1 out, 2 on here in the top of the first. We're not going very fast, I admit it. 1-5 is an 11. 1-5 is an 11 with runners at first and second. An 11 is a single to right center field. 1 run scores, other runs moves to third. Batter then steals second on the next pitch. Wow. So Samuel with the single drives in Tom Hearns. And going to third is going to be Vaughn Hayes. Then batter steals second on the second pitch of the next at bat. So he's going to get a stolen base. And runners at second and third now. Runners at second and third, which means we need to go to the next chart. Runners at second and third. 2 outs here in the top of the first. 1 run is scored. Away we go. It's going to be Dwayne Murphy. Dwayne Murphy against El Presidente. That's a 46. A 46 is a 13 with runners at second and third. 13 is a strikeout unless nope, it's a strikeout. Okay, so here's some important stuff for you guys. So if we look at 13, 13 is a strikeout. There's also if the pitcher was a K1 rating, blah 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 blah. But the most important thing is down here at the end of them. A lot of them you'll see these little asterisks. The asterisk means if there's 2 outs. If there's 2 outs, then this supersedes everything else. So if there's 2 outs, it will be a strikeout. So you don't have to worry about any of this other stuff because there is 2 outs. So striking out Dwayne Murphy on the K. That's going to be 1 run on 3 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the first. Floyd Yeomans is up pitching for the Philadelphia Phillies. Due up Dave Martinez. So Dave Martinez. Boom, 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 boom. That's a 13. 13 is a 14. And we got to go all the way back up to the top because the bases are empty. So this is a 1 3 is a 14. 14 is a base on balls again, and that's your AZ3 or Z4. So he's a lefty. Floyd Yeomans versus lefties is a nothing. He's no Z rating at all. He's a 0-0. He's a walk 3, a K2. Yep, so that will be a walk, leadoff walk to Dave Martinez. That brings up Tom Foley. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Tom Foley versus Floyd Yeomans. Bottom of first, 1 on. So we got to go to the runner on first. Runner on first option. That is a 33, which is a hit. So Tom Foley with the hit. We just simply re-roll the hit. Look at the second column, which is a 53, which is a 6. 6 with the runner on first is a double over first. Runner moves to third. If the runner is a G runner, he's going to score. So Dave Martinez is a good runner. He's going to come all the way around from first. As that ball's lined down the line into the corner, Tom Foley ties the ball game up 1-1 with the single. Tom Foley with the single. That is a 6. Double over first, runner to third. If the again, I'm just trying to show you a few of the options, because when you read these things, sometimes they can be a little confusing. There is a really, really good document on their website where they go into exact details on every single split one there, or when we're talking about the walks and the balls, or when we're talking about balking and things. They go into exact detail on every single one. Anyways, this is double over first, runner on third, and then you notice if it was a parentheses, the runner would score, but a good runner is going to score on the 6. So just trying to help you guys out. Ruth didn't start until 1914. What? Big Cat. Andres Galarraga. I liked him back in the day. I remember Galarraga. He was super cool. So runner on first still. Nobody out. Run in for the Montreal Expos. El Montreal. 41. 41 is a 13. 13. We've had a lot of 13s, so we've had a lot of... so that is a strikeout, unless you have a K1. So he is a right-hander versus... Okay, so this is an interesting one. I do want to show you guys this one, right? And I don't know if you guys want to actually see all these or not, if it might help you or not, I don't know. But I'm going to show them to you anyways, because that's how I roll, right? So we look at our lefty-righty matchup. Galarraga is a right-hander. He's going to bat right-handed, right? And Floyd Yeomans versus right-handers. You notice he is a 0-0 K1. I'm sorry, Z1 K2, right? So if we look at what do we roll? A 13. It's a strikeout. If you had a K1, so K1s are bad, okay? So K1s are basically pitchers that instead of striking people out a lot, they get more base balls in play. So that can be good or it could be bad because you might get more double plays, but it could also be bad because, you know, your runners might be advancing on you. So if he was a K1, it would be out at first instead of the strikeout. and then your other runners would advance, blah blah blah. And if there was 2 outs, there would be a strikeout. In this case, Floyd Yeomans is a K2, so this doesn't come into play. So it is a strikeout, but I just thought I would mention that. So K1s are actually you get more balls in play. Again, that could be a good thing. It could not be a good thing. So Big Cat Andres Galarraga down on the strikeout. And one away, one on for Tim Raines. Tim, let it rain, rains. That is a 54, which is a 32. So we've first high number we've actually come across, 32. It's a fly out. It's going to be to right field. So that is going to be a fly out to right. So Timmy Raines, Herbie Brooks, 1989 Montreal. This is 41. 41 is a 24. 24 is a double play on the ground. Ball too short. But there is 2 outs, so they're just going to do the 6-4 put out. And that's going to do it. But 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. We got us a tie ball game, 1-1, going into the second inning. So obviously, if you had the charts printed out for you, which I don't, unfortunately, tomorrow when I go back to work, I will print out all the charts and I'll have them here. It'll be a lot faster than what I'm doing right now. I think the game. I think you can do like a regular epic game in like 15 or 20 minutes if you're doing it by yourself, not commentating and not doing such an excellent job like I do. But yeah, I think there's a little bit more because you have to look at the charts a little bit more often than you would be in APBA because a 13 is not a 13 in this game. A 26 is not just a 26. So, but eventually when you start memorizing some of these, there's only 45 results. 45 is there is only 45 results. So once you learn those results, you'll be cruising through this game no problem. You go, oh, that's a 13. That's going to be a range play on the second baseman. Blue, blue, blue. Due up, Dickie Tron. That is a 1-5. That's going to be an 8 with bases empty. Go back up to the bases empty. 8. Dickie Marathon. Glenn, thanks for the website. Got to put to use. DeGrom is talking about an innings limit. He can't be serious. Oh my gosh. Yes, let's not be serious when. All right, so 8 here. So this is our first time we actually get to see a lot of the options you see in this game. This will be the actual first time we get to play it, though. It's either going to be a hit or it's going to be an out, right? And so what we need to do is we need to factor in and figure out if it's a hit or an out, right? So we're gonna have to roll again to figure it out. So what I need to do. I just need to figure out what I'm rolling against here. I think it is. It's going to be the right fielder, I believe, is what we're testing here. But I want to double check and just make sure. So guys, give me a second on this one. I'm sorry. I just need to verify what we're doing here. All right. Find 8. Oh, okay. Here is a perfect. Again, um, they have a lot of documentation on their website. You can download. You can, a lot of examples. Here is our perfect example of what we're looking at right here. All right. So we have Eric Stoner home steps up. There are 2 outs and Reggie Jackson's on first. We roll a 31. Sonderholm's card is an 8, which is what we just rolled, was the 8. So referencing the runner on first playboard, we come down the 8 column. We notice that the 8 has 2 rows, one labeled hit and the other one labeled out. Since the 8 come from the first column of Stonerholm's card, we have to roll a second time to find out whether to use the H row or the out row. So we are going to be looking at since the dice roll is higher than Garuda's grade against right-handed batters. So we're looking at the pitcher's lefty-righty matchup is what we're looking at. If we roll higher than that, it's going to be a hit. If we roll less than that, it's going to be an out. Okay, so back to what we were doing here. So this is a lefty-righty, right? So Brooks is where are we? No, we're on Dickie Thorne, sorry, El Presidente. Right-hander versus right-handers, he is a 34. So we're going to roll the dice again. If it is less, let me just make sure. If it's higher, it's a hit. If it's less than, it's an out. So 34 or less, it'll be an out. We're going to look at the out column. If it's a 35 or higher, it'll be a hit. It's a 61, so that was a hit by Dickie Thrawn. And that's, so it's a single to left. So a single by Dickie. Oh, single by Dickie. To lead off the top of the second. Darren Dutch Dalton. Hopefully I'm explaining this okay for you guys, so you guys won't have any problems if you decide to check out this system. I think it's great. I think it's a lot more in depth and detailed than APBA. So yes, it might slow down the game a little bit, but like I said, if you had the charts printed out and you start playing it and you understand what the different numbers are, I think it'll go a lot faster, right? So I'm going to try and pick up the pace a little bit now. So let's see how it goes. So Darren Dalton, that is a 33. That is a hit. So Dalton with the hit. And we are going to get to go on to the runner at first option, which is a 16. 16 is a 7. 16 runner at first is a 7. Okay, so this is ultra. Again, I just said I was going to do it, but I am going to do it on this one. So this is super important that you understand this. You normally get an out or a play result, you know, with one dice roll, and sometimes you'll need a second dice roll. There's 2 rather rare exceptions where you'll need a third dice roll. Okay, but if you ever get a hit and you go to the second column and you're looking at the second column, you ignore this split option. You've already bypassed the split option, so you never roll again on that. So it's just going to be an automatically a hit, a single to right field, runner to third. If he's a poor runner, he actually goes to second. So that's ultra important to understand. If you're coming off the second column, then you will never roll to see if there's a hit or an out because you've already beat that option on with your first roll. So it says that about 12 different times in the game book. So I just wanted to bring that up because it was ultra important. So on first is Dickie Thorne. He's a normal runner. He's off to third on the single by Darren Dalton. And 2 on, no one out here in the top of the second inning brings up the pitcher, Floyd Yeomans. Floyd Yeomans. Oh, yes. The one thing we did mention is the stats down here at the bottom. So you have bunt, and you have bunt for hit. And if you don't have both options, then you can't bunt for a hit. And he is a bunt of 2. Of course, you have your hit and run, and your injury results. So down here at the bottom of each of the cards as well. So yes, you can hit and run, you can bunt, and I think Of course, let's see, runners at the corners. Runners at the corners. Float, yeah, might as well. He's just going to swing away. Runners at first and third, and no one out. We're going to give Floyd Yeomans a swing at it here. We're going to give him a swing at it. Let's see how he does. That's a 1-3. That is a 13 with runners at first and third. Runners at first and third. 13. Stevie Reich. Unless he's a K1. Martinez is not a K1. And he's going to strike out Floyd Yeomans for the first out. That brings up the top of the lineup. Randy Reedy. 2 on, and defense will play back, going for the double play, I think. This play. Randy Reedy singled in the first and then got caught stealing. 31. 31 is going to be a 14. 14, we know, is a base on balls unless he's a Z2 or Z4. Against the right-hander, he is not a Z2 or a Z4. He's actually a Z3. He's a Z3. So Z2 or Z4, it's 2 balls, but he's going to walk Randy, and that's going to load the bases here in the second inning. So we had bases loaded in the first inning. We had bases loaded in the second inning. Crazy, crazy game. Wow. Only in the top of the second. It's only 1-1, though. Defense will play back with the bases loaded. Might as well. All right, Tom Herr. Try and get that double play. So bases juiced for Tom Herr. Second baseman. Only had 2 home runs in the regular season. That's a 24. That is a 13. We've had a lot of 13s. Bases juiced. Bases full. 13. Strikeout. So Martinez with the strikeout on Tom Herr. So 2 away now for Vaughn Hayes. Bases still juiced. Vaughn Hayes versus Dennis Martinez. Bases loaded. That's a 61. That's a 40. Oh, that's a high number. We haven't seen that high a number. 40. 40 is a wild pitch unless Martinez is a wild pitch 0 or a wild pitch 1. All right, so I will show you this one again. So we're on the 40 column here. So it's a wild pitch. Runners advance 1 base unless you're a wild pitch 0 or a wild pitch 1. So Hayes is a lefty. Martinez against lefties is, I'm sorry, it's a wild pitch 1 over here. Is wild pitch. So it doesn't matter if it's lefty or righty. So he's a wild pitch 1. So instead it's a line out to short, all runners hold. So it lines out to short to end the inning. L6, and that's going to do it. That is 2 runs. I'm sorry, 2 hits, no runs, no errors, and nothing across with bases loaded. And Philadelphia get a golden opportunity there. Glenn, what's going on, Glenn? How you been? Thanks for coming by. Oh, Beatles Eternally, my good friend out there says, don't forget to remember to hit that like button. Yes, sir. Thanks for doing that. If you guys haven't hit that like button, I would appreciate it if you like this content. If you don't like this content, then, well, not much I can do about that. All right, so we are on to the bottom of the second. So, yeah, I said I was going to try and speed up. So we're going to try and speed up, right? So Tim Wallach. I think I'm going slow because this is a test game, right? And I want to explain things, and I want to make sure I'm doing it right, because if you guys were watching this and I don't do something right, then you might not do it right either. So that's why it's slow. I mean, yeah. And I don't have the things printed out, which is, kind of a bummer as well. So tomorrow I'll go back to work. I have a whole bunch of things to print out at work. So thank God I got to go back to work. Tim Wallace is up. He's a third baseman for your Montreal Expos. 44 is a 7. 44 is a 7. 7 is a new number for us. 7 with bases empty is a single to right. So a single to right by Tim Wallish. And we'll just remember he's a normal base runner in case we need that. Brings up Marty Peavy. The catchers will have a pass ball rating on their spot over here where the pitchers have the wild pitch and all that. So runner on first, nobody out for Martin Peavy. Floyd Yeomans pitching for the Phillies. That's going to be a 53 is a 20 with a runner on first. 20. Okay, so this is, oh my gosh. This is a crazy one. So yes, there is some crazy ones that you have to, like I said, they go through it. You see it's actually broken down twice, outs and errors. This time we're going to be checking the second baseman, but this time we're going to be checking him for an error, right? So we're going to check the second baseman error rating. Second baseman for your Philadelphia Phillies is Tom Herr. He has an error rating of 13. So if it's a 1-3 or less, it'll be an error. If it's greater than 1-3, then it won't be an error. And we'll look at the columns to show you what happens there. So it's a 25. So no error on the play as we look. So there's no error, right? Then we're going to look at his range. If his range is ability 1 or ability 2 or 3, you're going to get a different choice here. So our first baseman, Tom Kerr, is, our second baseman, Tom Herr, is a 13R2. So it's our 13R2. So 13 is his error check. R2 is his range check. So under R2, we're going to look here. So it's going to be a fielder's choice. Runner out at second, batter safe at first. So it's going to be a 2 put out, 4-6 put out, 46 put out at second, and on first. So that's how that works. Hopefully I'm explaining that okay for you guys. There are a few, you'll see, there are a couple ones that split and then split again. And basically, you can kind of see, okay, the position is going to be second base, right? And we're going to check for either an out or an error, right? And then if it's an out, we're just going to look at the range ability and see. So there are a few, kind of crazy ones, but, I would definitely recommend you download their little tutorial thing and or how to play file, and they go into really good detail. So Spike Owens, it's his first at bat, Spike Owens, because we're only in the second inning and we're going slow, but he is a shortstop. Spike Owens. Owen. 14 is a 30 with runner on first. Fly out, runner holds, so fly out to left for Spike Owens. That's an F7. No advancement. That brings up El Presidente. Need to run, guys. I'm tutoring someone for college prep. Thanks, IDJ, for covering this very cool game. Have a great day, guys. This is Beatles Eternally. Awesome, man. Awesome. Tutor someone for college prep is a great option. Helping educate our youth is never a bad thing. My wife was a teacher for 30 years, and I actually was a teacher for a couple years before I moved to Florida as well. So nothing but props to you for that. So Beatles Eternally, I will be replying back to your video message, my friend. No doubt on that. So we have 1 on, 2 outs for Martinez. No sacrifice opportunity here. That is a 1-1. That is an 8. 8 is going to be, we're going to check the pitcher, Floyd Yeomans here. Martinez is a right-hander. Right-hander is a 0-0. So it is going to be an out. No. Wait a minute. It is going to be a hit. It's going to be an auto hit. So Pedro Martinez. Let me just look at that again. When we're looking at the pitcher, since the dice roll is higher than Garuda's grade against right-handed batters, we know it's a hit. So yeah, zeros are going to be an auto hit. All right, well there we go. He's zeros against both sides of the plate there. What was his ERA? 5.69. 5.69. Started 10 games. Only pitched 42 innings. Won 1, lost 5. 20 strikeouts, a 1.76 whip. So yeah, I guess he did give up. He's going to give up a single. Runner moves to second. So Pedro Martinez with the single moving to second will be Marty Peavy, and that's going to give the top of the lineup, Dave Martinez, the center fielder, a chance to drive in a couple runs here against Floyd Yeomans. So we got runners at first and second, 2 away. That's a 64. We have to go to the runners at first and second chart now. First and second, and we rolled a 64. 64 is a 13. Boy, that 13 comes up a lot. Man, 13 comes up a lot. 13 is a strikeout. There is 2 outs, so there is a strikeout. So it's the K to end the inning. So 2 hits, no runs, no errors. We go to the third, still tied, 1 apiece. Lots of hitting going on, just not a lot of driving in. Clark Rotz, what's going on? Yes, it's been a while, my friend. Where you been? Holy cow. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. It has been a while since I've seen you come by. I appreciate you coming by. We are playing something that we've never done on my channel before, and I apologize, but I don't remember seeing this on anybody else's channel, any of my sports YouTuber communities. If you're coming to us new, I'll just kind of introduce it to you really quick. National Pastime Next Generation Plus, www.ntlpt.com. In-depth system for national pastime, which is based upon, of course, the old APBA. You can download everything for free from their websites. They have lots of different seasons here. As you can see, quite a few different seasons. Beatles Eternally was downloading the 1899 season. Couldn't wait to get his grubby little hands on that, I'm sure. You can download the game board, the parts, how to play, game info, all kinds of different things. They've added lefty-righty splits to National Pastime. They've added where you can actually go in and do your own managerial called steals to the game. Of course, not every season. Not every season has been converted yet at this point. 2018, 17, the 86 season, the 81, the 74, 73, 72, 65, 62, and 1899 season. And they do have an Excel cross-board season reference file thing, which I haven't done anything with, but that's kind of your 2-minute overview on this. Is this basically a computer game like NP3? No, this is not a computer game. This is all cards and dice that you can download. I've just used cards and dice that I can download and play on my computer because I'm not at work and I don't have them printed out. I'm going to go to work tomorrow. I'll print out some cards and dice and all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. But it is all free. I would hope you guys are, if you're interested in a more in-depth National Pastime / APBA system, give these guys a look. Highly recommend it. So far, it's been really good. It has been really in-depth as well, but like I said, they go into a lot of details on how to play and bring you up different pitcher rating explanations and, all kinds of different things. And I like the fact that it's actually more in-depth with lefty-righty splits and a lot more statistics, a lot more options in the actual playbooks as well. Instead of just an 8 being a single and a 9 being an out, it actually goes in and lets you analyze and kind of fine-tunes the game a little bit better. Stupid work getting in the way of my hobby life. Huh. Saw you were playing the Phillies and had to pop in, says Clark Rots. Of course, my friend. Yes, haven't played the Phillies for a long time. I just randomly chose a game. This game is from June 9th, 1989. It's the Phillies and the Expos. We're tied up one apiece in the top of the third. El Presidente against against John Kruk, sorry. John Kruk is due up. The Kruger. He's a 16. 16 is a 28. That's going to probably be an error check. I think we're starting to remember these now, right? So a 28 is not an error check. Okay, sorry. Base is empty. 28. Out at first. Unless he has a K6 to 9 rating. Martinez is a K2. So if you had a K6 to 9, you would get a strikeout instead. In this case, 26 is 16 is a 28. 28 is an out at first. 6-3 put out for Crookie there. 6-3 put out. That brings up Juan Samuel. Single in the first and a stolen base. Samuel. That's a 2-5. 25 is going to be a 10. 10 with no one on. 10 is a single. So Juan Samuel, 2 for 2 with the single. Yeah, we're moving along pretty quick. Dwayne Murphy. Now we got a runner at first, so go to the runner at first chart. Dwayne Murphy versus Dennis Martinez. That is a 16. That's a 28. Runner at first. 28. And we got a shortstop error check. So shortstop again. We'll just slide this over so you guys. 28 shortstop. We got an error or an out check. So for your Montreal Expos, the shortstop is Spike Owen. He's a 15 R2. So a 15 or less will be a error. Boom, boom, boom. And the roll is a 55, so no error on the play. And since he's an R2, R2 is going to be out at first, runner to second on a 6-3 put out. So going to second will be Samuel, 6-3 put out. Samuel is now on second base. Dickie Thrawn. Dickie got a single in the second. Good old Dickie. Dickie Thrawn. El Presidente trying to get out of another jam. First 2 innings, he's had bases loaded, but only given up 1 run so far. So El Presidente coming in the clutch. That's a 35. It's a 23 with a runner on second. 23. Runner on second. We're going to be checking the error range of the pitcher this time. So El Presidente, we can actually see his. He is. Good question. Where is his? Oh, here it is. 21 R3. So he's got really good range. 21 or less, it will be an error. If not, he's going to make the play. There are 2 outs, so. So it's a 62, so no error on the play. Oh, this is actually, this is an interesting one. All right. Okay, I got you. Okay, here we go. This is a, the pitcher is trying to pick off the guy at second base. He either gets him, right? Or he's going to throw wild, and it's going to be an error. So we rolled a 62. So Martinez whirls around trying to pick off Juan Samuel at second base. It's no error, but if it's a bulk 1 or a bulk 3, it is a bulk. So let's look at Dennis Martinez. He is a bulk 3. So Martinez with the bulk as he tries to get the runner at third, and Juan Samuel gets the free pass on the bulk. I guess we'll go BK. So, so even though it was an out, you would have got it, but on a bulk 1 or a bulk 3 pitchers, you will get the runner goes to third on the bulk. So that's what I was talking about. That's kind of a great, this is kind of a perfect example of, and I don't know APBA that great, but 23 might just be a bulk by a pitcher, or it just might be runner picked off at second. And you can see that with the new system, you actually, they're taking into positions, you're taking error checks into them, and then of course you're taking more statistics and stats for the player. So that's kind of how this is different than your regular APBA system, I guess. So baseball demo says work does get in the way at the most inconvenience of times. That's true. Robbie says, or a rain out. Cool. I need to calculate an injury length. So Robbie, thanks for stopping out. Robbie's kind of the one that got me. He's in this APBA, and so I was looking at APBA. I was like, I don't know. It just seems a little generic to me, but yeah. So we are going to roll again on Dickie Thrawn here as Martinez balks, trying to get the runner out at second. He's now at third. Dickie Thrawn. That is a 34. That's a 31 with runner at third. 31. Double play, fly out. It's going to runner out at the plate. It would have been a fly out and runner out at the plate. But in this case, it's just a pop out to center field, and it's going to be an F8, and that's going to do it. So runner gets to third, but once again, El Presidente shuts the door on him. We go to the bottom of the third inning, still 1-1 ball game here. All right, due up is going to be Tom Foley against Floyd Yeomans. So back to bases empty here for Tom Foley. That's a 65. Is going to be a 35 with no one on. Bases empty, 35. It's going to be a fly out. He is a left-hander, so it's going to go to third. He's a P5. Popped it up to the third baseman for the first out of the third inning. Big Cat. Galarraga struck out in the first. That is a 16, which is a 28. 28's a fly out to... No, I'm sorry. It's not a fly out. It's out at first. Shortstop, 6-3. It's just a 6-3. So two away quickly here in the bottom of the third. Tim, rock your brain rains. Rock you like a hurricane rains. 33 is a hit. So Tim Raines with the hit. Now we just look at the second column. Find out what kind of hit it is. That is going to be a thought at 3, and that is a 1. And 1, if you know anything about APBA or National Pastime Baseball, 1 is a home run. This one's going, gone. Tim Raines gives the Montreal Expos their first lead of the game, hitting a solo shot here in the bottom of the third inning. Tim Raines, let's see, he had 9 home runs in the regular season. This is one of them. You got to witness it here, live and in person. Tim Raines That brings up Herbie Brooks, two away here in the bottom of the third inning. 51 is a 9, so 51 and a 9, and 9 and 9 and 9 is going to be a check for, that's going to be a single. Single over short. So a single over short for Herbie Brooks. So again, we would be checking the batters rating. I'm sorry, the pitcher's rating against lefties or righties, but Yomis for some reason is a 0-0 against both lefties and righties, as opposed to Martinez, who is a 34 versus righties, a 0-0 versus lefties. So lefties get a lot more hits on Martinez. So yeah, good option there. Baseball Demos was asking about the APBA. Actually, APBA Go is very, very good. Actually, it is very, very good. I highly recommend it. If we go and I will just show it to you really quick. Right? Should log in with my little account here. I gotta log in. Hang on, I gotta move this off screen so you guys can't see my information. There we go. So yeah, you basically if you pay $20 a month, you get everything for free. So it's just a monthly subscription. Or you can buy seasons, and each season costs like $20 if we go to season files. Or you can buy individual just teams, like if you wanted, the 2006 Cincinnati, you could buy that for $3. Okay, so you can buy full seasons. Each of them are $20 a piece. Or you can buy $20 a month. You can just have everything at your fingertips. You can buy different packs and stuff. And like I said, when you go to play, you can say, you can actually post in with, hey, I'm ready to play a game, and anyone online can accept your game. Somebody's challenging me. Oh no, that was me. So that was me. So you can see here, I am played 2 games. I am 2-0. I'm undefeated in APBA Go. And I'm just awesome. Nobody wants to play me because I'm 2-0 and undefeated. So that's it. But yeah, I mean, if you had friends, you could get on. You could actually here's open challenges. So you could wait for a challenge. You can play solitaire. You can play in tournaments. They have different tournaments going on all the time. Or you can just say, hey, I want to play a game, and you can play against the computer. You can play. You can play both team solitaire. You can challenge a different player, or you could just put an open challenge out there, and then anyone can join it. Or you can play tournaments. The interface is really really nice and easy and quick, and there's not much to it. The only thing keeping me from actually playing more Apago is the fact it is, it is kind of expensive. $20 a month is nothing to sneeze at. It's not a lot of money. Okay, I mean if you're playing WoW online, which are people that have been doing that for years and years and years, that's like $15 a month too. So for $20 a month, you get every one of their seasons though, and they have from what I understand, every single season in their system, right? Or just about every season. So I mean, if you wanted to play any one of these, you could do that. Uh, or like I said, you could buy individual teams. Yeah, blah blah blah. So it's not bad. I would recommend it if you're wanting to try APA. Go in and buy yourself a couple seasons. Like I said, they're $20, which is basically for the cost of a month, I could buy a season, right? So if I buy 3 season files, it's like but it restricts what I can play because when you go to play somebody, when you set up your game, if I go, okay, I want to play against the computer, I only have 2 choices right now. I have the Boston and the Dodgers from the 2018. They give you those for free. So you can play Boston or Los Angeles. But if you bought, say, the 2002 season, you would be able to put on any of those. Now, if you were a subscriber, you would have everything listed there. So you can set up your game. And of course, you can set up your game with DH, no DH. The optional pitching rules turned on or off. You can manually edit your dice rolls, which I know Clinton Parks likes to do a lot. Roll his own dice and put in the information that he rolls as opposed to having the computer roll. And then you can have the computer run the lineups and stuff like that. You're playing against the computer. So, I mean, pull players in, he'll make changes and do all the stuff that he would normally do. There are, I think, several different more managers, but I think you have to be subscribed to get the different managers. So you can play against a less aggressive manager, a more aggressive manager, or whatever, but you have to be a subscriber for that. But the manager that I play against is just fine. And it's fun. You can get a game in 20, 30 minutes, and like I said, you can post a challenge, and then anyone that's waiting in the chat will see the challenges pop up, and they can join in if you make it open to anyone. So there's always people online. There's always people playing games. Here's down here you can see different people saying, "Hey, you want to play a game?" So yeah, you can chat with people. Say, "I'm looking to play the 1987 San Diego Padres. Anyone want a game?" And then you hook up with people, you set up the game, they join, boom, you're in and going, right? So it's decent. It's not bad. I wish it was cheaper. I would do more if it was cheaper. But for $20 a month, I could get a lot. I can get a lot done for $20 a month. If you buy a season, does it have lineups preloaded? Don't know. Ask Robbie about that. Ask Robbie. Maybe Robbie can help. Thanks, Jester. Thanks for the entertainment. I do the voice of this later. I've got some 1960s to play tonight. I'll post your NP3 hopefully Saturday for somewhere close to mid-season stats and standings. Good. Good to hear, Clinton. Thanks, man. Yeah, if Robbie's still around, maybe he can let you know. I don't know if they have the actual lineups or if you have to set them yourself. Uh, I think it does not have. Let's see if I just set up a game real quick here. I'll be no. What am I doing? Oh God. There we go. No DH. Screw your DH. All right. And I go to play ball. It will create the game for me, and then I think you can have like preset lineups. So you select your starting pitcher. Next. And then here is your lineups. You can just drag people over. There are preset lineups that you can create. So like if I say, all right, I want this guy here, I want this guy here, I want this guy here. I just kind of randomly just dragging people around because I don't want to take a lot of time on this. David Freeze, of course, has to play. Then I can set this. I could save this lineup if this stupid message would go away. That'd be great. All right, so I'm going to select this lineup. I can drag people up and down. I can do whatever I want. And then once I set this lineup, I think you can save it, right? Thought you could save it. Oh, I got too many guys here, don't I? I can't save the lineup because I've got too many damn catchers. Go! I don't want it. Go away. Let's just go back to default lineup. There we go. Load lineup. All right, so there's the default. Let's say I don't want to just change Peterson and Puig and Dozier and Kemp, right? Then I can save the lineup, and I can call this, early season or whatever, right? And I can save it. Boom. So now when I'm done, when I go to the lineups, let's go back here. All right, so we'll pitcher. Next, I should be able to load lineup. Oh, did I not do that right? You might not be able to do it on this because it's already loaded. You might have to wait till you bring up the next game, and then you'll be able to add that. So yeah, I mean, you can save your own lineups and stuff. I don't know if they actually have the starting lineups for like the seasons or anything like that though. There are defined lineups that you can manually enter them. You can choose the starting pitcher always. Season schedule is already built in was the question. Not sure what the answer is yet. Anyways, we are moving on. We are going to the bottom of 3. And I think I'll probably call it after this game. Again, this is just a test game. Introducing it to you guys. I've never seen any of our baseball simmers playing this system. I came across it and I'm like, this is really, really good. All the detail they put into this game, all this additional stuff. APA for me, again, nothing wrong with simple systems. Simple systems allow you to play the game really, really fast. So nothing against that. If you want a quick game, you want to be done in 10, 15 minutes with minimal lookups, and I've watched Tabletop Baseball. He runs some app on his channel, and I've seen him get a game done in 20 minutes, and he doesn't even look at the charts, but maybe once or twice a game because he knows the numbers, constantly knows the numbers, which is awesome, right? But if you want something a little more involved, a little bit more in depth, um, oops, oops, oops. We're in the 4th inning. I'm sorry. Actually in the 4th inning. No, I'm sorry. We just completed the bottom of the 3rd. All right. Yeah, we just completed the bottom of the 3rd. So if you guys want, I'll continue. We'll play another inning. If you guys seen enough of it, that's fine. I think you guys kind of understand the basics of what we're talking about. I'll print out the charts at work, which will make things go a little bit better, a little bit faster, a little bit easier. It's hard to do 2 things, on the different screens. I'll print out a couple different teams, so I'll have some cards and dice for it. Again, this is all free stuff. I wish this guy had like a PayPal account or something. I could send him some money because I'd be willing to give this guy $20 and say, great job, keep going. So I don't know if there's a way. Maybe there's a way. If somebody knows or finds a way, let me know. Because I think he's giving his stuff away for free. So for me, I'd give him 20 or $30 to say thanks for all your time and effort. Look at all this stuff he's given you. He's given you, what is that? 50 different seasons, 55 different seasons, plus all the time and effort he's got to go into converting everything and updating everything, and oh my god, it's just, I can't imagine how much work and time and effort goes into this. So National Pastime Next Generation Plus, one more inning, can't stop when the Phils are behind. The Phils are behind 2-1, so we will play one more inning for Clark Rotz. Due up, Darren Dalton against El Presidente. Darren Dalton singled in the 2nd. Let's see. We're going to play one more quick inning here. Darren Dalton. We'll see if the Phils can come back against El Presidente. Now, I know Clark Rotz didn't get here until later, but I just want you to know the Phillies have no one to blame but themselves. They had bases loaded in the 1st inning, bases loaded in the 2nd inning, and a runner on 3rd in the 3rd inning, and they've only scored 1 run. So just the Phillies. Martinez was just wild and crazy, but he was getting out of these innings, so it's been an interesting game. All right, so 32 is a 26 with no one on, so I need to go back to my charts here. Slide that over here. Bases empty 26 is going to be a 4-3 putout. That brings up Floyd Yomis, the pitcher. Yep, might as well just swing away. Martinez, pitcher versus pitcher. Righty-righty matchup, 2-3. 2-3 is a 12. That's a new number. Out at first, pitcher to first baseman. If pitcher is a W4, it would be a walk. So versus right-handers, Martinez is not a W4, so that will be a 1-3 putout. 2 away here in the top of the 4th. Randy Reedy. Ready. R-E-A-D-Y is ready. Are you ready, Freddy? Here we go. 1-6 is a 28. We've had 28 a couple times. 28 is going to be short to first. 6-3 put out. So 4-3, 1-3, and 6-3 ends the fourth inning for the Phils. We'll play the bottom of the fourth. That one went by really quickly. Carcarot says, I've been a Phillies fan long enough to know that I'm for sure it's their fault. I mean, their starter is Yeomans, for hell's sakes. I just chose a random game from a random day in 1989, and this is what came up. So I'm like, okay, let's just do that. Plus, I don't do many Montreal games, so it's always good to see that. Tim Wallace is up. Tim Wallace is up. Actually, we never finished the bottom of the third inning, actually. That's where we got stopped, was the bottom of the third inning. We had a runner at first with 2 outs for Tim Wallace. So we're going to finish the bottom of the third inning for Tim Wallace. Hopefully he'll get an out, so it won't matter. 6-5 with runner on first, actually. 65 is a 35. 35, fly out. He is a walk 2, actually. So if he's a walk 1, 2, 3, or 4, it's a base on balls, and Tim Wallace is going to take a base on balls. So runners at first and second now. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. We're going back an inning, so sorry guys. We never finished the bottom of the third inning. And then we'll pick up with the bottom of the fourth inning as well. So Marty Peavy, 2 on, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Time warping us. 2-3 is a 12. Runner at first and second, 12. Double play, runner forced out. Actually, against lefty. Against a lefty. Marty Peavy is a lefty. Against lefty, he's a walk 3, and then a walk 1, a walk 2, a walk 3, or walk 4 is a base on balls. So the walk section comes back to bite him, and back-to-back walks, and that's going to load the bases here in the bottom of the third inning. Still 2 away, bases juiced for Spike Owen. We got to go to the bases full section. There we go. So Spike Owens, 233 average. Let's see if he can drive something in here. 65 is a 35. Bases juice 35. Oh, we're going to check on the catcher. It's going to be oh my gosh, not another walk. Are you kidding me? He is walk rating against he's throwing righty, so Owens is he's a Bose, so he'd be batting left. So versus lefty, he's a W3. So it doesn't matter if it's an error or not. It would either be a strikeout or an error. Runners advance the base, but you ignore all of that because of the walk rating, as we'll slide this over to show you guys here. 35. So the catcher, we're going to check an out or an error, but it doesn't matter because notice this part here. Walk 1, walk 2, walk 3, or walk 4 is going to be a base on balls. And unfortunately for our man Floyd Yomis, he's going to walk a run home as Hubie Banks comes in. Moving to third will be Tim Wallace. Marty will move to second. Spike Owens will take first on 3 consecutive walks. But that brings up Dennis Martinez with the bases juiced. 2 runs in the bottom of the third inning. 44 is a 45 with bases loaded. 45 is a pop fly out. Is he a right-hander? He is a right-hander, so it's going to first. So P3 pop out to end the inning, but that is 2 runs actually in the 3rd inning as we completed the 3rd inning. And now we're into the 4th inning, which the Phillies already done, and then we go back and play the Montreal bottom of the 4th inning, but it's 3-1 Montreal. But I think you guys have a really good idea of what this game is like. I really like it. I think I like it a lot, actually. As I mentioned in the beginning, I'm not a big fan of simplistic games. Where, roll a dice, get a result, and you're done. But I also don't like over complex games because then the game takes too long to play. So you got to find a fine balance, and I think this game has got a really good balance. I would do more of this game right now. In fact, I'm sure we could get like a 9-inning game done really, really quickly if I had all the charts printed out and everything. But I'm going to print out the cards. I'll print out the charts tomorrow at work, and then we'll get to see some actual carded dice and see how that plays for you guys with the charts as well. So, anyways, thanks everyone for coming out. Clark Rots, I'm sorry your Phillies are losing badly. Glenn, Robbie, Baseball Demos. Guys, check this out. I highly recommend if you're into APA, if you're into National Pastime, check this game out. It's free. There's nothing going to hurt you to download it and try it out for yourselves. Print out a season or just a couple different teams and give it a whirl. Print out the charts and a couple other files we talked about that you're going to need, and you'll be ready to go. And of course, I would like to get the manager call your own base stealing. But if you want to do that, of course, you got to play the seasons that are converted: 2018, 2017, the 86, the 81, the 74, the 73, the 72, 65, 62, or the 1889 season. And of course, there's this option as well, which is I think allows you to play it on Excel, which is kind of what I'm doing. Generic play on my computer. But I think it's actually where you can actually play it on Excel, but I'll have to look into that later. But for free, oh my gosh, highly recommend it. Great National Pastime Next Generation Plus. That's www.ntlpt.com. If you guys find out how to donate some money to the creator of this, I would love to do that. So thanks for stopping by, guys. We'll see you all next time. Always a pleasure, IDJ, says Carcrots. My friend, it's always a pleasure when you decide to come by. So, thanks everyone. Beatles Eternally, Clinton Parks, Glenn, Carcrots, Baseball Demos, great channel over there. I'm surprised Baseball Demos hasn't come across this yet. He is super knowledgeable. And just one other thing, if you guys have got anything, if you know of any sites or, that I haven't seen or you haven't seen anyone play or anything, let me know because I will definitely go and check it out and maybe bring it to our channel. So I'm always looking for stuff. National Pastime Baseball, what is it, APBA, whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever system you come across, any files or anything, let me know because I would definitely be interested. I'm always looking for the next good thing. So anyways, guys, have a great day. We'll see you guys next time. Appreciate you guys coming by. Till tonight, we'll see you guys later. Take care.